Project 1. I'm currently recording because my partner Mario is sick, so I will be presenting majority of Project 1. So to start with, this is a GitHub. So if we go into database, well, this is the README file. So explains everything, how to run the file code and everything. And if I go in the database, src, here's all my code for this. Some of the code is currently empty, like bills.java. I haven't created a table for this yet, but there's one table that's working, and that's the user, which is basically the basic essentials with the password, username, role. I basically took this inspiration from over here when it says you have to create a root username, password, and then have a role. So I basically just kind of created that. I know it says 5 to 10 tables, but I do have it set up, and that will be done by the next part. But anyways, I guess to begin with, this is the entirety of the code. So let me explain more in detail what this does over here. So this is, so let's delete all this. So I have empty Java files right now, but for now I will be updating that later. So to begin with, let's just organize this a little bit more. It's a little bit messy. Oops, it's not good. Okay. Sorry about that. Alright. I think I'll start with user.java. So this is the pretty simple. Basically declaring, this is the object-oriented part of Java. This is like declaring the variables. So I create protected string variables here, password, username, role. I do a public user. There should be username, I think. Yeah, there should be still a username, but I'll change that later. I basically changed up assignment 5, so there might be some things here and there that might be still from assignment 5, but I just have to change that up. But this is this dot username, so I declare username here. This is the main part, and then this is the other part. Yeah, so this is all that as the getter and setter methods. Pretty self-explanatory. There's not much to explain here. And then I go to user.dal.java, which is the main part of this majority of this code. So this is where I connect it to my driver. It's pretty self-explanatory. This is this is basically everything from assignment 5, like I've explained before, but like I said, I just changed up everything that was the original username and like the original variables for this for assignment 5. Because I believe it was like name, last name, and then password, and then email, all that stuff. I basically simplified it, made username, password, and then role. So I just simplified it over here, as you can see. So nothing much has changed for the most part. I guess the only thing that would have changed is the SQL thing on the bottom over here, which is drop table, if database exists, test DB, all this stuff, and then I just created the 3 SQL functionalities over here. And then this is basically the tuples, basically the function part of it, like the assigning the variable names. So this is the admin logins and stuff, all that. So like I said, everything's still the same from assignment 5. It's just changing up a few things here and there. So this is not much to explain here. I mean, a lot of this is pretty self-explanatory. Like check username, that basically checks username. You get user, you get the user from the SQL string. So you basically set username variables to this prepared statement, and then you get the result statement from this prepared statement and you execute it. So you do all that. Check password, so same thing as check username, check password. It's all the same functionalities for the most part. This checks if it's valid, and then it'll throw an SQL exception if it isn't. So it's pretty self-explanatory. Anyways, so this is the user DEL, and here's the control servlet.java. This is the basically how everything runs. So as you can see, I have user DAO from this over here. I still have to create the other ones, which is which is all the other tables. So I'll get to that in a bit, but I still have to create that. That will be for the next part. But that shouldn't be too hard to create. Just didn't have enough time because I was trying to figure out how all this stuff works. But this is the empty control servlet, and then this is where everything runs essentially. So this is stuff from the JSP file. So, well, sort of. This is the initialize. So this is very important. Without this, the database wouldn't initialize. So I'll explain that in a bit once I run this, what it means by that. But this is essentially like list. This will list the user list. Root. This will get the root view. So these functions are pretty important. But I will explain. This is one of the most important ones for this specific part for this project. So I guess I could explain more here. So this will list the user. So basically all of this stuff over here, it kind of goes more into detail about login, then initialize, then the register. So this kind of, all these codes basically connect this part of the code to the front end part. So yeah, and then this is the initialize.java. Without this code, I would not have been able to initialize the tables or the database to show up. And I'll explain that in a bit. So close that. Alright, so let's open login.jsp. So this is the front end part, mix of HTML with the Eclipse format. So this is the login.jsp, and if I run this, run on server. Okay. I gotta restart the server. Hope it works. I was having issues earlier. There we go. So this is the main login page. I'll make it look nicer later. Like I said, this is just the initial testing setup. Like I was just kind of messing around to see if it worked, and it worked. So yeah, so this is the login JSP part. Then we'll open up register JSP, which is pretty much right over here. So as you can see, username, role, password, and password confirmation. The password confirmation was this one over here. So this part's very important because I was getting errors. I didn't realize it, but this has to be the same. Like you have to name this like the same variable essentially. So role password is this, confirmation, password confirmation. Otherwise it won't work if it's not the same. And you declare it. I believe I declared it. I'm trying to remember. It was on the root view, and then I did it on the users as well. Yeah, so I changed it all for this one. When I create the other tables, I'm gonna have to do the same process as well. But it'll lead to a different login page when I create that, because there's different tables I have to create. But that's for the next project. Anyways, login JSP. So we're over here. So I'll enter a username. We'll do Omer 123. Role will be the client. We'll just do 123 123. I'll register. As you can see, the registration failed because username is already taken. So it throws off the exception, or it gives an error saying username already exists. So I'll do What's the name? Do Joe. Joe123. New client. Client can stay the same. Password can also stay the same. If I register, see, that works. So if I do Joe123, and then I just do 123 for my password, log in, welcome, you successfully been logged in. So all this pretty much works. So I can just go back, and if I want to check the actual main part, I'll log into my root view. I'll log in here, and this is the list of tables. This is a list of the table, the users I've made. Oh, I don't know about. Sorry about that. But this is the list of users that I've created in the past. So Joe123 is the most recent one. As you can see, Omer123 existed. I don't remember creating that one, to be honest with you. But this is my name backwards. So I was just testing it out. But the main part of this to see if it initializes, and if I click initialize database, go back here to the code, it will say table successfully populated with data, and it'll say created successfully. So the code works, so everything works for the most part. All I have to do, I think, for the next part is to create the other tables. Like, for instance, I gotta create this one, the order of work. So let me explain that. This is the Google Docs. My partner Mario Ibrahim created it. We did have some miscommunication here and there. I think he created the ER file before I finished the project. So some things I need to be changed in the ER file is that for the clients especially, I change it up. It's username, password, and role. He has it as something else. I will have to consult with him about that to fix this in the future, but that's not that big of a deal right now because I mean, for the most part, the code works, so that's fine. But for now, I will have him fix it up later. Here's all the. This is the ER diagram, and this is the create table quote requests. Here's the other create table quotes. Then the other create table is orders of work, and then the bills. So this is pretty much everything for the most part. I still have to copy and paste the YouTube presentation. I'm recording it right now, and then the GitHub repo is right over here. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for the most part, I believe. Let me just double check. The PDF, I'll create that. The URL presentation to the YouTube, I'm doing that right now. The GitHub is right over there. Yeah, I'm sorry about this one. Both partners. Unfortunately, my partner is sick, so he's not able to attend the voice recording session. But that's it for now, I believe. I already implemented the user registration and login interface, so all that works. Registered user can log into the system in different pages based off the roles. I have to fix that, but that's fine for now. For now, the page each user will land after login can be simple. Yep, so this is basically so username, password, and the role. This is basically what I created. The only issue is this one over here based off the role, so I gotta fix that. But everything works, so yeah. Thank you for watching.